I want to get him a little bit more.
First. Next pitch.
Nice draw.
And struck him out.
Down, 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 down.
Next pitch. Hit deep. And it's
good evening. Welcome back to the 2024 Courtesy Kia Little World Series here at Kevin and Dwayne Butler Field in historic Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. Our first game of the evening features representing the visitors on the scoreboard. Your hometown team, Corl Grove Services from Williamsburg, and representing the home team on the scoreboard from Claysburg is Weyandt Baby Calves. Okay, before we do the lineups here, just have a couple of announcements. 50/50 tickets and RIP tickets will be coming around for sale. You may also visit the tent near the concession stand to purchase tickets. While you're there, buy a program and a t-shirt at the shirt tent. 50/50 winners will be announced around the 5th inning of each game. I want to thank Stewart's Precision Auto for sponsoring second base, third base, the pitcher's mound, the outfield, and both dugouts. First base, sponsored by Cove Landscape and Pool. The Home Run Derby will be this coming Friday at 8 o'clock under the lights. 3 players per league are permitted to participate in the Home Run Derby. And listen up, players, this is for you. Speaking of home runs, if you hit that bullseye, that pirate bullseye in center field, you will receive $100. $50 from the Williamsburg Youth Baseball League, and $50 courtesy of our sponsor, Courtesy Kia. Okay, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visitors, Corl Grove Services. When I announce your name, please line up along the first base line. Leading off, at second base, Wyatt Obrzezinski. Batting second at first base, Remington Leonard. Batting third at shortstop, Carson Lee. Batting cleanup at pitcher, Richie Dickin. Batting fifth in left field, Ryan Brubaker. Batting sixth at catcher, Connor Williams. Batting seventh in right field, Bo Eisenberg. Batting eighth in center field, Zayden Brenneman. And batting ninth at third base, Owen Black. Their subs, Blaze Berry and Colton Dick. And now for the home team, Weyandt Baby Calves. When I call your name, please shake hands with the visitors and take your positions in the field. Leading off at pitcher is Holden Campagna. Okay, batting second at catcher, Parker Glore. Batting third at third base, Landon Treon. Batting cleanup at shortstop, Lawson Black. Batting fifth at first base, Dom McCarthy. Batting sixth in center field, Colton Tippett. Batting seventh in right field, Liam McGregor. Batting eighth in left field, Quentin Knott. And batting ninth at second base, Landon Weyandt. Their subs are Hayden Boom Boom Quao and Gunnar Slowick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem is sponsored by Cello Oil. So at this time, we ask you to please rise, if you are able, for the playing of the national anthem. And would you please, the Baby Calves. All right, let's play ball here in Williamsburg.
Good afternoon, welcome back to the 2024 Courtesy Kia Little League World Series from Williamsburg. We got Corl Grove, Williamsburg taking on Claysburg's Weyandt baby Calves. As Tyler just mentioned,
And since it's around dinner time here, it's a perfect time to get some food. We have plenty of options for you here at the ball field. In left field in the yellow tent, we got Powerhouse Subs. In right field, the Meat Shack, I was told, is fully stocked. Plus, we got cheeseburgers. Or as they would say on Saturday Night Live, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Our concession stand is also fully operational. We got our chicken tenders, fries, buffalo chicken tenders, our slush puppy slushies, and Richie's ice cream. So you got plenty to choose from. Our Meat Shack was sponsored by Grace Point Community Church.
so Tyler mentioned,
We also got our dessert option. Tropico Ice is still out back here behind the concession stand. We want to thank them for being our outfield sponsors as well.
so Tyler did mention that the Courtesy Kia Facebook page, they are streaming tonight. If they happen to have some problems and not be able to stream tonight, I would be willing to do some double duty, but they do have it working. But this does tend to freeze their stream, so if you see any freezing problems, you just have to wait till my video is up. This game should be up tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. I've got a lot of games I need to get up.
Leading off, let's play ball, by the way. Leading off for Corl Grove Services is Wyatt Oberzinski.
Wyatt Oberzinski now for Williamsburg. Delivery is hit and fouled. We are underway from Williamsburg. This is the elimination game, by the way. Tyler didn't mention that. Next one. Here's ball one. We got number 8 on the mound for Claysburg. 18's on my right. So that's hit and fouled. 24 is near second. 2's at first. This one, 2. It's hit. The first is not in time. So Wyatt Oberzinski with a single. Start the game off for Williamsburg. Blue Pirates.
So runner safe at first, no outs. Up next for Corl Grove is Remington Leonard.
Remington Leonard now for Williamsburg. Blue Pirates coming off a heartbreaking loss last night to Altoona. I won't mention the score because that game still has to be uploaded. It's 1-1. By the way, Austin and Caleb Courtesy, they just left with the other kids earlier this morning from Grace Point. They're at church camp, so Remington Leonard is taking Austin Courtesy's pitching position, or batting position.
Foul balls courtesy of Courtesy Kia.
And Tyler said no pun intended. That's why Blaze Berry is one of the backup hitters. So 2. And ball 1. Blue Pirates are coached by Josh Corl, Ember Corl, Bill Lee, and Josh Courtesy. It's 1-2. And ball 2. Here's a 2-2. And they struck him out. 1 out.
All right, so 1 out. Runner stays at first. Up next, Carson Lee.
Next up is 23, Carson Lee. Delivery is ball 1. There's a 1-0. And strike 1. So 1. And strike 2. It's 1-2. And ball 2. Two. Ball 3. Oberzinski will steal second. Look out. And they'll walk him. So runs her first, second with 1 out.
So runners at first and second, 1 out. Now batting is cleanup hitter Richie Dicken.
Number 30, Richie Dicken up now for Williamsburg. Slivery. It's ball 1. It's 1 out. And strike 1. It's 1-1. And strike 2. This one's hit. And base hit. 1 run is coming home. Play at the plate is in time. So Blue Pirates do strike first. That's an RBI triple for Richie Dickens. The second runner didn't make it.
Okay, so 2 outs, runners advance to third. That was an RBI double for Richie Dicken. Up next is Ryan Brubaker.
Ryan Brubaker up now for Williamsburg. Right third. This one's ball 1. This is one of 2 games featuring the Blue Pirates. We're going to have Rockland Gorsuch leading the 10U, sponsored by New Enterprise, coming up. As that Williamsburg run's going to wear that. That's Ryan Brubaker.
Okay, so we get runners in the corners, 2 outs. Now batting, Connor Williams.
Number 3, Connor Williams now for Williamsburg with runs in the corners and 2 outs. First one, strike 1. So 1. And ball 1. So 1. And straight 2. It's 1-2. And ball 2. Brubaker will not make it a second. So Blue Pirates do score 1 run. They take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back to Williamsburg. Blue Pirates 1, Claysburg 0. Bottom of the first inning. So on my right, I've got 37, Bo Eisenberg. Number 30, Richie Dickens is on the mound for Williamsburg.
I want to say thank you to a couple other sponsors while we have a break here. The home plate sponsored by Randy Moyer Auto Glass. The bleachers directly behind the plate are sponsored by Bolger Funeral Home. Thank you to those sponsors. Batting cages were sponsored by Tabby Cakes and Manning Photography.
Which, speaking of tabby cakes,
before, there will be 3 players per league that will be permitted to participate in the Home Run Derby. But if your son would like a chance outside of those 3 to participate in the Home Run Derby, you can buy a chance for him at the 50-50 table by the concession stand. Tickets are $5 for 1 chance and $20 for 5 chances.
speaking of the tabby cake, their trailer, they did move. It got hit twice by home runs. So the meat shack hasn't been hit yet. So fingers crossed for them. They're my concession stand, the closest one to where I'm at. A special thanks to whoever set up the canopy that's being used for this whole World Series. It is presented by Simpton Windows and Doors. Special thanks to them to let me use this canopy for this World Series tournament.
Okay, leading off, the bottom of the first for Weyandt. Baby Calves is leadoff hitter Holden Campagna.
Holden Campagna now for Claysburg. First one is strike 1. It is 1-0 Williamsburg over Claysburg. If you're just tuning in, Claysburg, they lost in a very bad game against, I believe it was one of the East End teams. I do have their last game on tape. That's it. And the first error of the game committed by Williamsburg. An easy play at first.
Alright, so that leadoff single brings up batter Parker Corl.
Parker Corl up now for Claysburg. There's 1-0 with no outs. Delivery. Ball 1. Play at second. It is 9 time. It's 1 out. And ball 2. If I raise my voice a little bit, viewers, I'm used to this rain and filming in the rain. So that's it. So runs advance first, third with a single.
Alright, so we got runners in the corners. No outs. Now batting for Weyandt, Landon Treon.
So Landon Treon now for Claysburg. Three. Ball 1. Run will easily steal second. Run will be forced to step back to third. Yeah. And fouled. Two on. Ball 3. Here's a 3-1. And they will welcome Blue Pirates in a little trouble with bases loaded.
No outs. Now batting is cleanup hitter Lawson Black.
Lawson now for Claysburg. First delivery is ball 1. Here's one home. Hit in.
Heads up.
Found.
Always courtesy of Courtesy Kia. That means you get a souvenir.
So normally, with a Williamsburg game, you would need to take it to the concession stand. You would get a free slushie. But since this is the World Series, you get it for free. Play at the plate is not in time. So Blue Pirates will have the first run of the game on a steal home. Blue Pirates have blown the lead at least once during this World Series tournament. Look to avoid doing that again. One, hit, and dropped. One run is coming home. Another one's coming home. And Blue Pirates do indeed blow the lead. They're down 3-1. There's going to be a conversation not sure what it is.
Report to the dugouts, everybody.
So they're going to call a rain delay. So we'll be back when we have some more action. Their Blue Pirates are down 3-1 to Claysburg. Alright viewers, Tyler just gave the word. The games for tonight have been postponed. So stay tuned on the Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore page for any information that is given. As you can already tell, Claysburg and Williamsburg has left. And once again, the game for tonight and the rest of them tonight have been postponed. Tyler, we just called it a moment ago.
Okay, so the games today are postponed until tomorrow. It'll be the same game times and same teams, so everything will get pushed back a day. So our 5 o'clock game will be 5 o'clock tomorrow, 6:30 game at 6:30, and so on and so forth. So every game will be pushed back a day for the remainder of the week.
So we will continue our game tomorrow at 5 p.m. Williamsburg and Portage will play at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and then the two Altoona teams will be facing off at 8 p.m. So I hope you viewers stay warm and stay dry, and we will rejoin you tomorrow morning, actually tomorrow afternoon, around 5 p.m. But for right now, I will come back tomorrow. Here's a quick look at the field. Miss Lewis did say that I had some opportunities to do some bloopers. I decided to stay in the meat shack, make sure I stay protected. So I guess I'll catch you viewers tomorrow.
Mother Nature. We do need the rain, but unfortunately it came a little bit earlier than we would have liked. So our first game from last night is the same game tonight, and the same game that was supposed to be at 6:30 is tonight, and so on and so forth. So all the games will be pushed back essentially a day. So our first game right now, the visitors on the scoreboard are your hometown team, Coral Grove Services of Williamsburg, and the home team on the scoreboard is Weyandt Baby Calves of Claysburg. We're going to pick the game right up where we left off yesterday. We were in the bottom of the first inning. We had a runner at second base, no outs, and in the order is the number 5 hitter will be up the bat.
Welcome you back to Williamsburg for the 2024 Courtesy Key League World Series. We got the continuation of our game yesterday between Williamsburg and Claysburg. We are currently down 3-1 in the bottom of the first inning. There is a run at second. So let's recap what we've had happen so far this game. Going back to yesterday, top of the first. A very good inning by Williamsburg. They were able to bring a run home, taking a 1-0 lead. Then bottom of the first was where we ran into trouble as we let the tying run come home, and then we ultimately blew the lead. That's why we're down 3-1. So big improvements we need to make here for the rest of this game. Defensively, we obviously need to make sure that we know where the ball is going to be hit. I wouldn't blame any of the outfielders for any of the base hits that were allowed yesterday, but we really need to watch where the ball's being hit. For the pitcher, you need to start throwing more strikes. The walks are not going to help anybody. It's going to hurt us, and it's already hurt us as a team. So throw more strikes for the pitcher of Williamsburg. And then offensively, you need to be more patient at the plate. You need to be ready to hit. No base hit a homer yet for Williamsburg. And Blaze Berry is one of the backups. The two Courtesies are inactive due to church camp. So Remington Leonard and Bo Eisenberg are taking their spots last night and this evening. And as Tyler mentioned, we will have Williamsburg and Portage coming up at 6 p.m. And then we'll have the Battle of the Two Altoona teams coming up at 8 p.m. So stay tuned for those games. I believe we had Richie Dickens on the mound. He's not a bad pitcher, but like I said, he needs to throw more strikes. Those strikes are what's going to benefit us. The walks, that's going to hurt us as a team. We really need to improve on that. That's one of the struggles we've had throughout the All-Star Tournament and throughout this World Series. We've walked batters, and we really need to stop walking people. We need to make their batters swing every time, make them early every single time, and make sure that they swing early. And that's what we need to do. That's the improvements we need to make tonight if we want to stay in this tournament. So Tyler did mention the Meat Shack. It is open. It's been a very popular concession stand throughout this tournament. I've had their burgers yesterday. It is really good.
So it's on the first and third base line here to honor our great nation. The national anthem is sponsored this week by Cello Oil. So at this time, we ask everyone to please rise, if you are able, for the playing of our national anthem. And would you please remove your caps? All right, let's play ball here in Williamsburg at Butler Field.
Welcome back to Williamsburg. The Pirates down 3-1. We're in the bottom of the first inning. We're continuing this game that was postponed due to Mother Nature
Also
last
reminder,
night.
our game is being streamed live on Facebook. We got the camera rolling.
But that stream does tend to freeze, so if it freezes, wait till my video's up, because I don't have to deal with any freezing problems. So there's an alternative. So I do have some great news for varsity baseball fans that are watching this evening. Preston Long, he is up and moving. He was with Josh Kurtzy, the assistant coach, while they were practicing. So he does look good to go for next season for varsity. I do not know about our 17U yet. I'm still waiting to hear from our varsity assistant coach with more information. But as always, stay tuned on the Williamsburg Blue Pirate Games Galore official group page for any information that I do receive from our coaches. I also want to give a couple birthday shout-outs. I want to give a belated birthday shout-out to my basketball teammate for the varsity, Evan Zahner. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. And then I also want to give a birthday shout-out today to my cousin, Alyssa Detweiler. So, shout out to both of them, and a happy belated and happy birthday today to both of them. So if you're just tuning in, we got Richie Dickens on the mound, Bo Eisberg's on my right in the outfield. Some improvements we need to make, and I will mention this, we've been struggling as a team. The keys to the game is less walks, more strikes, more pace at the plate.
At the bottom of the first inning, we have a runner at second base, no outs. And up to bat for Weyandt's baby Calves is the number 5 hitter, Hayden Boom Boom Wow.
So Leonard is at first. Obrzezinski is at second for defense. This one's hit. Base hit. One run is coming home. An RBI double.
Stand up RBI double.
Blue Pirates down 4-1. Not a good way to restart the game defensively.
Okay, so the RBI double brings up batter Colton Tippett.
Put him now for Claysburg. Swung the ball 1. This one out. That's it. And off Obrzezinski. Run will make it home. So Blue Pirates down 5-1. That was off Obrzezinski's glove. Another defensive mistake.
RBI single brings up to bat Liam McGregor.
So there's no outs. Blue Pirates are going to need 3 outs to get out of this inning. This elimination game. The Pirates need to win to stay alive in this World Series tournament. So strike 1. Ryan still second. Another mistake. An easy steal. Didn't go for it. So 1. That's it, and fouled. So 2. Ball 1. One, 2. Another mistake by Dickens. First batter hit.
Hey, dead ball, take your base. Okay, so runners at first and second, no outs. Now batting is Quentin Knott.
Quitting on now for Claysburg. Claysburg's coming off of a blowout loss on Saturday. First one, and strike one. And the thought yesterday was it was going to be an easy win. Now the way we're playing defensively, we're just making it harder on ourselves. Play first, isn't time. So finally one out after multiple mistakes on defense.
Advancing the runners. Okay, so runners at second and third, one out. Now batting is Landon Weyandt.
Slam we're having out for Claysburg. Swans it. And dropped. One run's coming in. So an RBI single. Blue Pirates allow another run. They're down 6-1.
Okay, the RBI single brings up leadoff batter Holden Campagna.
Holden Campagna now for Claysburg. 1-1. Corl still second. There's another mistake. It's 1 out. Ball 2. Two out. All 3. Three out. And strike one. Channing Pheasant's practicing on our left. Getting ready for the next game. Another mistake by Dickens.
The bases are loaded. We have one out. That brings up the number 2 hitter for Weyandt, Parker Corl.
Not surprised that Curtsy hasn't called time yet. Although I think it should have been called a long time ago. One out. Ball 2. Two out. Ball 3. No pitching change yet. That's a mistake. All Richie's throwing is a bunch of balls. Yeah. That's strike 1. Two 1. Hit. Play it first. It's in time play. The plate's not going to happen. Remington could have went for the double play, but decided to let another run come home. We're down 7-1.
Okay, that was an RBI out at first. So 2 outs, runners at second and third. Now batting is Landon Treon.
Delivery. That's it. Base hit. One run is coming in. Another one's coming in. RBI single. Blue Pirates down 9-1. Still no pitching change, and still no time. This is starting to become a huge mistake.
2 RBI single brings up the cleanup hitter, Lawson Black.
Delivery. Ball 1. Richards is not a good pitcher. If you want a good pitcher, Blaze should have been your better pick. One out. Strike 1. I mean, Richie does throw strikes, but he doesn't throw 3 straight strikes. Blaze probably could. 1. Play second. Is in time. Blue Pirates finally get out of their misery. Down 9-1.
And caught stealing there at second, and that'll end the inning. Due up for Corl Grove is the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9.
Well, back to Williamsburg. Blue Pirates are down 9-1 against Claysburg. We're on top of second. If you're just tuning in, we are resuming this game. It's postponed yesterday due to the weather. And it's just not been a good game for Williamsburg. Lots of runs have been allowed. Dickens is on the mound. That was a huge mistake. If they would have put maybe Blaze Bear on the mound, I probably would have been more confident with our team. But there's just been a lot of mistakes.
Sponsors, Powerhouse Subs and Tropico Ice. Again, the Hoagie tent's out there in left field. And behind our concession stand is the Tropico Ice truck selling some good snow cones. Also want to thank a couple other sponsors here. Home Plate, sponsored by Randy Moyer Auto Glass. And the bleachers directly behind Home Plate are sponsored by the Folger Funeral Home.
Wizards made a lot of mistakes defensively, and that's got to improve. We're going to need a lot of hits. We got to at least keep these guys hostage for this inning. Try and get as many runs as we can. Bo Eisenberg, he's coming up. I'll give you his stats.
He's leading off for Corl Grove, and the top of the second is the number 6 hitter, Connor Williams.
Connor Williams in now for Williamsburg. One of the biggest issues we had this game also is being impatient. We need to be patient at the plate. Delivery. It's ball 1. This one out. And fouled. One. Ball 2. One. And strike 2. Now like that, what Carr just did, that's too early. You need to be patient at the plate. We don't need that. 2. Ball 3. You see that? That's what you need. Just, don't swing early. If you need him to just walk you, just let him walk you.
Okay, so 1 out, nobody on. Now batting, Bo Eisenberg.
Bo Eisenberg up now for Williamsburg. 37. In for Caleb Kurtzy. Just one strike 1. Bo has a single, a steal home, and a walk. Hasn't had a homer yet. Bo being impatient also. Do not need any impatience this game. We're down by 8. Next one is ball 1. Two. They strung him out. 2 outs, somebody on.
Okay, so 2 outs, nobody on. That brings up the number 8 hitter for Corl Grove, Blaze Berry.
49, Blaze Berry now for Williamsburg. We need a homer this inning. He's the only one who can deliver it. Delivery. Ball 1. He's had 7 career steals home. He also had an RBI last game. Well, ball 2. Two out. And strike 1. 2-1. And strike 2.
Well, we're almost there.
2-2. And ball 3. Claysburg is pretty good in these kinds of positions. He's not going to let them strike him out. Look out. And fouled. Gap. So Blue Pirates have the worst inning ever in history of Williamsburg baseball. We are still down 9-1.
Due up for Weyandt is 4, 5, 6 in their order.
Back to Williamsburg. Pirates down 9-1. We're in the bottom of the second. New pitcher for Williamsburg. It's Carl Williams. The pitching changes. They're in this Courtesy Kia Little League World Series tournament. And they're sponsored by Calves Lumber. Hopefully Carl Williams can turn the tide, and hopefully we can stop allowing runs, stop walking, and do what we're supposed to do as a team, which is throw strikes and get everybody out.
Attention with Mr. Cohen LV, report to the press box, please. Cohen LV, report to the press box for your baseball equipment. Leading off for Weyandt is Lawson Black.
Ball's black now for Claysburg. 3. And immediately, that was a huge regret as Carl Williams hits a batter.
I got one of them on Saturday.
Hey, one runner on, no outs. Now batting for Weyandt is Aiden Boom Boom Wow.
Delivery. Ball 1. This one out. And ball 2. Still having problems with throwing balls. Yeah. Ball 3. Royal still second. Another mistake by Williamsburg. Nothing but mistakes this tournament and this World Series.
At second base is sponsored by Stewart's Precision Auto.
Yeah. And another mistake, they'll walk him. So, a lot of decisions being regretted. Finally, time's called.
Time of the field, mound visit sponsored by Katie Webb at Edward Jones Financial.
Obviously, you can tell this should have happened a long time ago. If it would have happened a long time ago, a pitching change, instead of Carl Williams with Blaze Berry, we probably would have had a better game in terms of defense and anything that contributes to a game. Delivery. Ball 1. Set. Play second. Will get away. Run will steal home. Another one is going to steal home. Blue Pirates down 11-1. This has been a real garbage game. A regretful one.
Okay, now batting for Weyandt is Colton Tippett.
We've had nothing but mistakes this game. No pitching change after being down 3-1. We do have the 10U coming up next, so hopefully they'll do better. We gotta have at least one Williamsburg team in this World Series still. Go. As I mentioned earlier, Channing Pheasant was practicing, as that was strike one. 2-1. And I'll walk another one. It's nothing but mistakes for Williamsburg. A very regretful game to watch.
Here's a run, no outs. Now batting is Liam McGregor.
Three. Ball one. Play at second. Is not in time. Another mistake defensively. If the varsity coaches were here, they wouldn't be too happy about our performance. So they obviously don't know that we're playing for our World Series lives and how important this game actually is. So now, that's it. Play first, not in time. Another mistake by Williamsburg. Delivery. There's ball one. Rhino steals second. Time is called.
Okay, now batting for Weyandt is Clinton Knott. Pitcher's mound visit sponsored by Katie Webb Financial. By Edward Jones Financial, excuse me.
Not sure how many Pirate fans are fed up like I am. The fact this game is too boring and very bad in terms of defense and offense. And maybe there is a little bit of rigging by Claysburg. I don't know. But it's just been a not so good game. Pitch and change, presented by Cove Lumber. Carson Lee, 23, is on the mound. Hopefully he can shut the door. We can play a better game. We can wake up and do what we're supposed to do. So I'll step aside. Pirates are down 11-1 the bottom of the second. One minute to Williamsburg. Pirates are down 11-1 for the bottom of the second. If you're just tuning in, you pretty much have missed a really bad game so far. The defense has been super bad. I don't remember the last time that we've had multiple walks and multiple errors. I don't remember any varsity games that it's ever happened. So Carson Lee's not on the mound. It's time for the boys to wake up, play the right way, and get some outs.
Pitching change sponsored by Cove Lumber. Now pitching for Coral Grove is Carson Lee.
So Channing Pheasant was on the mound earlier, actually practicing on my left. He will be part of our 10U game coming up at 6:30. Carson Lee not doing any better. As that's strike one. Preston Long is in attendance. He is better. His knees are good. His hamstring's good. If you remember his injury against Bellwood in June against Bellwood Antis at Geesey Park. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. You can find under Williamsburg, actually Bellwood, Del Grosso / Bovard versus Williamsburg ZMAX 15U boys baseball.
Keep your head on it.
I believe it was in the bottom of the 8th. We had a long game. It was like 9 innings. Gap. And fouled. Full count. And I'll walk him. So no matter what pitch you put in on the mound, they're going to keep walking batters. Delivery. Strike one. And it's not even that these pitchers are bad, it's just they're not throwing 3 straight strikes. That's the issue with this team. Basically every team that we've had in this World Series tournament. Go on. Ball one. Just 1-1. That's it. And caught. So runs will stay put at their bases.
Landed Weyandt for Weyandt's baby Calves. Nice catch by shortstop. Okay, so bases loaded, 1 out. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Holden Campagna.
Kelnovi's walking on my left. Delivery. He did get called to the press box like a bully being called to the high school office in high school. But I don't think Cohen didn't get into much trouble. Just 1 out. That's it.
Heads up.
And fouled.
Foul balls are courtesy of Courtesy Kia. That means you get to keep the souvenir.
Probably the first time I've ever heard anybody on the field or outside of the field that's been called, had to be called to the press box. It's 1-1. That's it. And fouled. All the kids are looking like Parker Crownover. He was part of our varsity last year, and that first game that he pitched, he threw too low. He was too low. And Jerry Palmer basically told him that he needed to throw a little higher, right around the middle. Look out. And when he did that, it actually helped him out, and it worked out for him. Nightmare continues for Williamsburg as we're down 13-1. Might as well call it over since we're playing extremely badly as a team. Varsity coaches aren't going to be too happy with this video.
See you, gentlemen.
But anyways, with Parker Crownover, basically with Crownover, when Jerry Palmer told him that all he needed to do was pitch it a little higher, right in the middle, he was able to throw more strikes. And
so 2 outs, runners at second and third. Up next is Parker Corl.
And it was a lot easier and made not only Jerry Palmer as the head coach a little more comfortable, but also our assistant coaches and also myself as a videographer, not worrying about, multiple walks, all by Parker Crownover. Although he did walk some batters when he was in that stage where all he was doing was throwing very low. So that's it. At first, it's in time. So another nightmare inning by Williamsburg. We are down 12-1. We're on the top of the third.
And nice play by pitcher. Switch him up. That actually ends the second inning.
Welcome back to Williamsburg. Brought you down 12-1. We're on top of the third. I hope Ryder doesn't mind me mentioning this. We were playing against Tyrone a month ago at Geezy Park, and he was talking to the team before the game, and he basically said that the coach were telling him that the team wasn't playing too good. There was a lot of walks, a lot of errors, 12 of you can definitely attest, as you can see from this video that you'll be seeing tonight. And Refner basically said our 15U were playing like the quote-unquote 8U. This 12U team you're looking at right now that's about to get the bat, we're literally playing like the 8U. Not very good. Our varsity coaches definitely want to see better.
Leading off the top of the third inning for Coal Grove is the number 9 hitter, Owen Black.
Black up now for Williamsburg. He's one of the only 10U kids to be not only playing the 10U, part of the 10U team, but also on the 12U. Maybe he can get something going. Maybe break this bad streak that we're in. That's ball 1. But speaking of 10U, they will be coming up next. They're going to be taking on Portage, who is coming off of a very heartbreaking loss. They had a very interesting game, which that game should be nearing the end of uploading. It is done. So check it out. You can find it under East End Coming Motors versus Portage. Jamestown Rod and Gun, Kersey Key Little League World Series. You can find it right now by searching up that title. And I'll give you a little preview of Portage as we get ready to take on them at 6:30. It's round. And a walk-in. So 1-0 with no outs.
All right, the leadoff walk brings up the leadoff hitter, Wyatt Oberzinski.
Next up, we got the top of the order, number 6, Wyatt Oberzinski. Delivery. It's hit. A base hit. Wyatt Oberzinski with a single. So there's 2-0 with no outs. Something's working. Hopefully we can keep these boys hostage for this inning.
Remington Leonard.
Next up is number 9, Remington Leonard, filling in for Austin Kurtzy in the second position for batting. This one out. And ball 2. Two out. And ball 3.
Mom.
Finally seeing some patience at bat. Three out. And a walk-em. Bases are finally loaded for Williamsburg, due for a grand slam.
Good job, man.
All right, so bases loaded, no outs. Now batting, Carson Lee.
23, Carson Lee up now for Williamsburg. He has an inside the park homer. We need a grand slam this game. No ifs, no ands, no buts. This one's hit and fouled. On my right, a little further, our 10U is practicing their batting. Like I mentioned, we'll be taking on Portage coming up at 6:30. So 1. And ball 1. He's in a run down Owen Black. He will make it back to third. Look at 23. In absolute disbelief. Just what we needed. Well, 1. It's it. It is caught. So 1 out, bases are loaded. Still need a grand slam this game. We actually need a $100 winner for Williamsburg at that target.
Okay, bases loaded, 1 out. Now batting, Richie Dickens.
Richie digging him down for Williamsburg. Delivery is strike one. So on. And strike two. The impatience is creeping back. So two. Ball one.
He's staying behind.
1-2. Ball two. Look out. Porter's practice on my left. If you hear any hitting of the bat, that's where it's coming from. Look out. Hit in. What a bad hit by Richie Dickens.
Nice catch by the catcher, so 2 outs. Base is still loaded. Now batting, Colton Dick.
Holding him now for Williamsburg. We need a grand slam this inning. Delivery. Strike one. Claysburg's bringing the game. So one. Strike two. So two. Then fouled. So two. Ball one. So two. Ball two. Two. One of the worst mistakes in Williamsburg history, leaving the bases loaded.
That's 3 outs, switch him up. Due up for Weyandt is 3-4-5 in the order.
We're going the ball in third. Williamsburg down 12-1. That's it. And dropped. So we're all making a third for a triple. Yet another mistake, this time by Zane and Brenneman. A varsity nightmare, but it's a 12U nightmare.
Okay, so that brings up batter Lawson Black.
Ball's black now for Claysburg. Delivery. Ball one. 10U will come your way next. We will have your 10U taking on Portage. Hopefully we'll have a better game. Hopefully Rockland can get ourselves and then get himself an inside the park hammer. Hopefully we have a better game. Hopefully we win. Because these guys are not doing me any favors. Well, ball three. Carson Lee is on the mound. Through. That's it. One run's gonna come home. The Pirates are down 13-1.
All right, the RBI single brings up Aiden Boo Boo Wow.
So another mistake by Williamsburg on defense. Any parents of Williamsburg players, I do apologize. This is just the worst game I've ever filmed, I think, Williamsburg-wise. Probably one of the worst this year. Varsity, I mean, we've seen worse, but this is probably the absolute worst. I mean, the worst blowout we've had was against West Branch, which was 12 to nothing. So on. Ball one. Played second. Is not in time. It's 1-1. That's it. Play first. Is in time. So finally one out where they run at third. Now next year I do plan to try and come film Blazeberry as he continues his road to the varsity.
Third. Now batting Colton Tippett.
I'm not sure what the schedule will be for next year. Usually if you're just new to the channel and baseball in general, I do expect the varsity schedule about sometime in between January and February. And one of the coaches will post it. It can also be found on Mex Preps. We also have a big teams page. You're going to go to the Williamsburg.k12.pa.us and you're going to go under athletics. You're going to click that tab and then there's a button that will take you to our big teams page. It's got all the games for all the sports we play. Basketball, baseball, track and field, cross country, and volleyball. So that is where you will find the varsity schedule for next year when it comes out in February, between January and February. It'll also have the junior high, the varsity softball, and the junior high softball. I'm only going to worry about the junior high baseball next year. I will still do varsity baseball and varsity softball. As they finally struck him out, Blazeberry finally doing something right. We'll see how busy Jerry Palmer makes me next year. I might do all varsity, but we'll see. I do plan to come to the road games. And I'll walk him. So runs at first, third. I do apologize if I said a strikeout.
So runners in the corners, one out.
That was the second strike.
That brings up Gunnar Slowick.
So we'll have plenty of baseball coming up next year. We don't know what will happen next year. I mean, we all know that what happened with the varsity, which is not worth mentioning. It's been pretty hard, and with Preston's injury, it's really made it a whole lot more interesting. But we will have the varsity next year. I'll bring you as many games as I can. The softball will be during the days we don't have baseball, and then junior high will be the same thing as well. Junior high games do play. They do play. So junior high, varsity, baseball, junior high girls softball, and junior high girls varsity softball. They do play at 4:30. The field where the varsity boys play, you're going to go by the community center. It's where that'll be, by the community center. And then the softball field They are on both sides of the Farm Show Auxiliary. That is where you will find both of those fields. And I use this, but you don't need to download it. I use Game Changer to be able to track the games, know what time they are. So you don't need to download Game Changer, but it's a little easier for me to be able to follow the team in that way.
Bases loaded. Now batting for Weyandt is Quentin Gaunt. Time on the field.
So time will be called.
Is it sponsored by Katie Webb at Edward Jones Financial?
So Josh Kurtz is going to coach another season for the junior high next year. So I will tell you this, for those that are going to be, your kid is going to be new to the junior high, I'm going to tell you this, Kurtzy's not that bad of a coach. I think he definitely has a, he's definitely a good coach. I know he's pretty calm, and you are not going to expect nothing negative from him. Definitely a positive person and a good person to have for the junior high. And then varsity, for those that will be part of the varsity, Jerry Palmer definitely has a good sense of humor, and he's definitely somebody. He's definitely somebody you can talk to. Somebody that you're not going to hear any yelling from him. But Mike Refner, you definitely might want to be careful with him. Not saying he's a bad coach, but I've had a couple games where Refner would yell at our kids. 15U is one of the examples. So, and then also for varsity, let me just mention Michael Farrell as well. A good coach, definitely somebody that does like coaching them and enjoys coaching them. And varsity and junior high, we have some of the nicest coaches we've ever had, and I definitely look forward to bringing you as many of those games as I can. Like I said, all those will begin. So those will begin at the end of March, right around, I think last year it started maybe the 26th, 27th. It's going to be near the end of March. And we'll hopefully see what happens with our varsity. But I can tell you this, watching the 12U right now, Claysburg is going to be one of the first kids off this team that will be playing on the varsity. He's definitely going to be somebody to watch, as it's fouled. So, definitely be somebody to watch. There'll definitely be somebody to watch during the junior high also. So, we'll see what happens. There is a future for our varsity, although as we allow yet another run. Although 12U, this is probably the worst game of the year. We allowed 19 runs in one game and allowed some other ones.
That was batter Landon Weyandt.
So Blue Pirates lose 16-1 in one of the worst games in Williamsburg baseball history.
Shake hands, guys.
So hopefully we'll have a better game up next. Rockland Gorsuch, the future of varsity baseball, is going to lead our 10U. They take on Portage. That's coming up at 6:30. So we will see you for that game.
Weyandt Baby Calves, you will play the winner of our next game. And why don't we give a big round of applause for our hometown team, Coal Grove Services, on a great season. Thank you guys for participating in the Courtesy Kilo World Series.